infrastructure. We're living off the legacy, not of our parents, but of our grandparents. Ask yourself, when we undertook a big transportation project, we built a road, we built a tunnel, we built a new water system. We don't do it. We've been living off our legacy. And our legacy is now old and needs repair. You see it all across the country where you have breakdowns from the consequences of an old system. New York State, 25% of our 610 sewage treatment plants are beyond their useful life. And we have new threats that we are just discovering. We know that we had a history in manufacturing and industry, and we know that the manufacturing industry left a residue in the ground. But we're finding now more and more new chemicals that we've never tested for before that are potentially dangerous. Or we're finding chemicals that are potentially dangerous for which the federal government hasn't yet set an allowable consumption rate. And this is going to be getting worse over time. EPA, frankly, in my opinion, we've sent them a number of correspondence that say they're not being responsive enough to these new discoveries. New chemicals that we believe are dangerous, but they won't tell us by their testing what percent is allowable. And this is continuing to evolve. It's especially urgent on Long Island because of the geography of Long Island. It's all sand. And everything that is spilled, all the rain, all the groundwater goes right through the sand, and it accumulates. And it accumulates in the sole aquifer, which is Long Island. And there it sits. So Long Island poses particular threats statewide. We also have 99 Superfund sites that are being remediated on Long Island. So we have that as an added pressure. We also have the Northrop Grumman facility in Bethpage that we know dumped toxic chemicals into the groundwater over an extended period of time. We know they are in the groundwater. And I want to thank Joe Saladino for his great work in staying on this issue, because it is a serious issue that needs attention. Same with Gabreski Air National Guard Base. We know that they used foam that had PFOS in the foam, and we know that PFOS is still in the ground. We have 85 old landfills that were done before the modern requirements, and they are no longer operational, but they are landfills that are now leaching into the groundwater. We have inadequate sewer service infrastructure all across the island, and we have old septic and cesspools that leak nitrogen and pollutants. You also have saltwater intrusion into the groundwater, which is another complicating factor. And this is not just a challenge for us. This is a challenge that if we don't solve it, we are going to pass it on to our children. So the New York way is not to pass the buck and not to deny the problem. The New York way is to stand up and rise to the challenge, and that's what we're going to do with a comprehensive, multifaceted action plan. And we're going to focus on Long Island and Long Island's unique challenges. Now, we're not new to the problem. As I mentioned, the county executives have been working on it. We've been working in partnership. We've been spending a lot of money in partnership with the county, but we're now going to take it to the next level. We're going to accelerate our plan for the Navy Northrop Grumman site, and we want a plan that has full remediation and containment of that plume. We know the plume is dangerous. We know the plume is moving. We know there is nothing at this point that's going to stop the plume from interfering with water systems. We need a plan to stop the plume, and we want to fund it from this $2.5 billion. At Gabreski, we have the same basic problem. We are taking the homes that are near the site and we're putting them on municipal water systems, taking the private wells and putting them on municipal water systems, and coming up with a remediation plan. Same thing on the inactive landfills. We are investigating them to see if they are leaching into the groundwater. If they are, we'll need to remediate those landfills. County Executive Ballone has a very ambitious program for sewering in Suffolk. We've invested $380 million, which will connect 10,000 homes to sanitary sewer systems. In Nassau County, we have the Bay Park Treatment Facility, which has been polluting the bays for years and years. We've talked about it. We've done nothing. County Executive Mangano has stepped up to the plate and taken aggressive action. We have a novel plan that we're working on that would actually connect the Bay Park to the Cedar Creek plant and would treat the waste that way. It would be about a $250 million plan, which is still expensive, but it would be a fraction of what it would be to correct the Bay Park plant by any other methodology. And it would make a significant difference to the quality of our bays. So we want to thank County Executive Mangano for that. In August, we announced our plan to fight the federal designation of a new permanent disposal site for open water dumping. They went ahead and the EPA approved that ocean dumping. Today we're announcing that we're going to file a suit against the EPA and we're going to challenge their ruling next month because it was destructive to Long Island. And this state budget doubles our commitment going forward, $2.5 billion, which again was a bipartisan, nonpartisan program that we put together. And I want to thank my colleagues. It's a landmark investment in our water infrastructure. It focuses on community-driven solutions and local government. This is not Albany telling communities what they should do. It's communities saying, this is where we need help. Please partner with us, and we will invest with those communities. It'll have, as I mentioned, significant impact on Long Island. It creates a $75 million rebate program to give homeowners and small businesses an incentive to replace aging septic. DEC, and we have Commissioner Basil Sagos here with us today, the DEC Commissioner. I'd like to thank him. Will identify priority areas working with the county where septic is especially a problem. And this program will fund up to $10,000 for a homeowner or a business to upgrade their own septic system and provide that incentive for them to do that. Starting today, municipalities can submit grant applications to improve their drinking water and wastewater infrastructure in any way that they need that improvement. If it's new pipes, if it's a new treatment facility, a new pumping station, whatever it is, we'll partner with that. We also have in this budget 2 local sewer systems in Suffolk, $40 million to build a new sewer treatment in Smithtown and in Kings Park. So congratulations on that, because those are 2 necessary projects. This year's budget requires that water systems now test for unregulated contaminants like 1,4-dioxane, which is one of these new chemicals that we now know can be dangerous. The federal government has not set a level for 1,4-dioxane, so they put a state and a community in a very bad position. This could be a dangerous chemical, but we don't know what the allowable percentage or presence or concentration of that chemical is. We have said to them on 1,4-dioxane, we'll give the EPA 2 months to set a level for 1,4-dioxane. If they don't set a level for 1,4-dioxane, we'll put together a team of experts and we'll establish that level ourselves, but we're not going to allow our people to continue drinking water that may be dangerous. And I hope the EPA acts. If they don't, we'll put together a Drinking Water Council to do it ourselves. The Environmental Protection Fund will have $7.5 million to protect Long Island's water quality, including $2 million for the Pine Barrens to protect drinking water at its source, $900,000 to protect the Long Island South Shore Estuary Reserve, $3 million for Suffolk County and Stony Brook Center for Clean Water Technology to develop advanced septic treatment technologies to reduce nitrogen pollution, because that's what we have to stop. We have to stop the nitrogen from entering into our bodies of water. Also, $5 million for Stony Brook's University Center for Clean Water Technology to develop new treatment technologies. That will include an advanced oxidative process treatment to remove 1,4-dioxane from the water supply. Not only has the EPA not set a level for 1,4-dioxane, currently there is no filtration system proven to take 1,4-dioxane out of water, and Stony Brook is working on a system and a technology with Suffolk County which will do just that. So we're excited about it. We are also undertaking a $6 million study of Long Island's groundwater with USGS to drill wells and analyze the water chemistry, because we have to stop the saltwater intrusion into our groundwater. And this will be a study to find a way to do just that. So when you look at the Environmental Protection Fund and the Drinking Quality Fund, you will see literally all across the island, the state is making the most significant investment it ever has. It's the most multifaceted. I also think it's the wisest. It is a historic level of investment, and I'm going to sign the bill in just a moment that is going to make that a law, and we'll start this new program. But it's who we are, and it's what we do. Protecting the environment has always been a central mandate of this state. We have the most aggressive environmental policies of any state in the United States of America today, and I'm proud of it. We have the highest renewable standard in the country. And you take issues like water quality, we are no doubt leading the way, and we're raising the bar, and we're dealing with the issues that other states have allowed just to stand by for too long. We're showing the nation how to lead on an issue that is going to determine not just our future, but the future for generations to come. And when it comes to the environment, there's an old Native American proverb that says it all to me. We do not inherit the earth from our parents. We are borrowing it from our children. And as a citizen, as a parent, as a person who's been put on this earth, we all have one responsibility. And every religion and every philosopher comes back to the same point: leave the place better than you found it. God gave you a time on earth. Use your time to make this place a better place. For those of us in public service, government is the vehicle to make this place a better place. But our charge is to leave it better for our children than we found it, to leave it safer, to leave it cleaner, to leave it healthier. And when we leave it, we're going to leave them a Long Island that is safer and cleaner than ever before, and we're going to make sure the environment is cleaner than the earth and the Long Island that we inherited. Thank you, and God bless you.